watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
Taxpayers tens of billions of dollars. It means no more funding for transgenderism and wokeness across our federal bureaucracy and agencies.
Joy Behar, a longtime host of The View, found herself at the center of an explosive media firestorm that seemed to shake the very foundations of daytime television. For years, Behar had been a staple of the show, known for her outspoken opinions and biting humor. But what happened next would send shockwaves through the entertainment world. The 79-year-old television personality was suddenly thrust into the middle of a scandal that many believed would be the beginning of the end for her career.
Them because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
Catalyst for the controversy was an unexpected legal development, a $50 million defamation lawsuit filed against Behar by Caroline Leavitt, a former political staffer turned media personality. The lawsuit claimed that Behar's comments on The View had been deeply damaging to Leavitt's reputation, and the public outcry was immediate. The allegations quickly escalated when it was reported that Behar had been detained at an airport under mysterious circumstances, raising questions about her personal life and whether she was trying to flee the country to avoid legal consequences. What started as a simple legal matter soon spiraled into an intense media frenzy that had everyone in the entertainment world talking, with viewers, sponsors, and even fellow celebrities weighing in. The media firestorm surrounding Behar seemed poised to change the landscape of daytime television. The legal battle, combined with Behar's dramatic airport arrest, created a spectacle unlike anything seen in the industry in recent years. The public was left to wonder, how far would Behar go to escape the mounting pressure? And what did it mean for her future on The View? To understand how this scandal unfolded, we need to go back to the moment when Behar's controversial comments set the stage for a legal showdown. What led to the lawsuit? The controversial comments that started it all.
I always have friends where I work, and if I don't have friends at the job, I will not keep the job. So when I was fired the last time from this show, people say to me, were you okay with that? And my answer is, I was happy.
Catalyst for the legal storm that would consume Joy Behar's career began on The View, when Behar made a series of comments about Caroline Leavitt. The moment, which many considered to be the turning point, happened during a heated political discussion on the show. Leavitt, a well-known Republican figure and former political staffer, had been the subject of a broader conversation about media bias and partisan politics. Behar, known for her liberal views, made several remarks that were widely interpreted as defamatory, specifically targeting Leavitt's character and public persona. Behar allegedly claimed that Leavitt's political views were nothing more than nonsense, and she went on to accuse her of being a puppet of corporate interests. The comments, while harsh, may have been seen as just another part of the heated political discourse that The View is known for. However, what followed was an unexpected firestorm. Leavitt, who had built her career on her strong political stances and media appearances, did not take kindly to Behar's words. She immediately filed a lawsuit claiming that Behar's statements had not only damaged her reputation, but were also false and malicious. The legal grounds for the lawsuit were based on defamation, with Leavitt alleging that Behar's comments were not only untrue, but intentionally harmful. What started as a spat between two media personalities quickly gained national attention, with social media platforms exploding in response. Politicians, feminist activists, and even casual viewers of The View weighed in, creating an atmosphere of heightened tension. Critics of Behar argued that she had crossed the line, using her platform to spread harmful rhetoric, while others defended her right to express her opinions freely. The backlash was swift and intense, with many questioning whether Behar had gone too far this time. Could this lawsuit be the beginning of the end for her career on The View, or would she be able to weather the storm and maintain her position as one of the most prominent voices in daytime television? As the lawsuit gained momentum, Caroline Leavitt's legal action became one of the most talked about cases in daytime TV history. The world watched as the battle escalated. Caroline Leavitt strikes back, a lawsuit that made headlines.
Caroline, closed the deferred resignation program last night. It doesn't seem like the administration hit the numbers that you were looking for federal workers to take the buyout.
I'm not so sure that we didn't hit the numbers we wanted. 75,000 people accepted the buyout program. That's going to save millions of dollars for the American taxpayers, and that's exactly what we wanted.
You didn't want it to be extended by even a couple of days?
We
so
put
that
it.
People were waiting.
Caroline Leavitt's decision to sue Joy Behar for $50 million turned the spotlight on her in a way she hadn't anticipated. Leavitt, once a behind-the-scenes political figure, now found herself at the center of a media circus, with her lawsuit against Behar becoming a major headline story. The legal claims were serious: defamation, reputational damage, and intentional harm. In her court filings, Leavitt argued that Behar's words had not only caused damage to her public image, but had also created a hostile work environment that threatened her career. The lawsuit quickly became one of the most talked about cases in the history of daytime television. Legal experts weighed in on whether Behar's comments had crossed the line into defamation, and the case sparked a larger conversation about the responsibilities of media figures when it comes to free speech and personal attacks. For many, the outcome of this case would set a precedent for how similar lawsuits would be handled in the future, especially in an age where celebrities and media figures are often under public scrutiny. The legal battle itself became a spectacle. As Leavitt's legal team prepared for a lengthy court battle, Behar's defenders rallied around her, claiming that her comments were merely a part of the show's dynamic political discourse and that they should be protected under the First Amendment. But as the case gained more media attention, it became clear that this was more than just a lawsuit. It was a reflection of the current state of American politics and the increasing polarization in the media landscape. As the lawsuit unfolded, Behar's employers, ABC and The View, were forced to respond to the growing public pressure. The fallout, how ABC and The View responded.
Here's somebody yell out, "You lie," just like they did to Obama. Do you remember that?
They did. You know
I mean, Obama hardly ever lied, and they said, "You lied." This guy lies every day.
The legal battle quickly became a crisis for ABC, the network behind The View. As the lawsuit against Joy Behar gained traction, sponsors began pulling out of the show, citing concerns over the potential fallout from the controversy. The financial impact on The View was significant, with major advertisers reconsidering their relationships with the show. This created a serious dilemma for ABC, which had long relied on Behar's outspoken personality to drive viewership. The question became, how could ABC maintain the show's popularity while distancing itself from the scandal? Internal crisis meetings were held at ABC, with top executives discussing the potential consequences of Behar's actions. Was her job on the line? Could the network afford to keep her on the show given the mounting pressure from sponsors, viewers, and the media? As the controversy continued to unfold, ABC found itself caught between defending Behar's right to free speech and managing the growing public outcry. Viewers, particularly those who were critical of Behar's comments, demanded an apology or even her termination from the show. The network's response was seen as critical in determining the future of The View and its relationship with its audience. Amidst the growing tension at ABC, rumors started circulating about Behar's increasing paranoia and plans to leave the country. Joy Behar's alleged plan to flee the country.
Well, you know, the girl has apologized for this, but do you think that these
She's not a girl. She's a full grown.
All right, the woman.
A woman.
All right. So are these whole tweets going to hurt her chances, because she's a big star now, and it might hurt her? What do you think?
As the legal troubles intensified, rumors began to swirl that Joy Behar was considering fleeing the country. Sources close to the host claimed that Behar, growing increasingly paranoid over the fallout from the lawsuit, was contemplating leaving the US for Italy, her ancestral homeland. This led to widespread speculation. Was Behar planning to escape the legal consequences of the lawsuit, or was this simply a reaction to the growing pressure from both the media and her employer? The idea of Behar fleeing to Italy gained traction in the media, with some outlets reporting that she had made preparations for a move abroad. The notion that Behar might abandon her career and her life in the US in the face of legal scrutiny sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. While some saw it as a desperate attempt to avoid the fallout from the lawsuit, others believed it was merely a rumor fueled by the intense media attention surrounding the case. Whatever the truth, the speculation added another layer of drama to an already chaotic situation. As the rumors about Behar's plans swirled, a shocking incident at the airport brought the situation to a head. The airport showdown, FBI and TSA intervene.
This is not a normal inauguration.
No.
This is not a normal person. Why do they go as if this is a normal inauguration?
And
It's
listen,
not.
let me say this
The
about
Germans
Michelle.
voted also.
Okay. The media storm surrounding Joy Behar reached new heights when reports emerged of her being detained at an airport by federal authorities. Witnesses claimed that Behar was intercepted by the FBI and TSA agents after a routine security check. The incident reportedly escalated quickly, with Behar being held for questioning as law enforcement officers surrounded her. The scene was chaotic, with conflicting reports about whether Behar had been attempting to flee the country or whether it was a simple misunderstanding. News outlets scrambled to cover the story, with some reporting that Behar had been detained as part of an ongoing investigation related to the lawsuit, while others suggested that it was an unrelated issue. The dramatic nature of the airport incident added a new layer of intrigue to the scandal. For many, it was a sign that Behar's situation had reached a boiling point with her personal and professional life now hanging in the balance. As the airport incident fueled more media frenzy, Caroline Leavitt reacted to the unfolding drama with a bold public statement. Caroline Leavitt reacts to the arrest.
The Oval Office yesterday, where I think he provided great answers. He was speaking in layman's terms, speaking common sense to all of you in the media, but also to Americans at home. But I would say especially to all of you in the media, because I think it's a real fallacy that there's this alleged lack of transparency when it comes to Doge. President Trump and Elon Musk have been incredibly transparent on what Doge is doing. There is an X account with the Doge handle. They are tweeting out what they are doing.
In the aftermath of the airport incident, Caroline Leavitt issued an official statement declaring that no one is above the law. Leavitt, who had already made her name by filing the $50 million defamation lawsuit against Behar, was now faced with an opportunity to further solidify her stance against what she saw as biased media figures. Her statement, which was released through her legal team, echoed the sentiment that media personalities like Behar should be held accountable for their actions and words. Social media erupted in response, with supporters of Leavitt hailing her as a champion for justice, while Behar's defenders argued that she was being unfairly targeted. The polarized reactions reflected the deep divisions in American political discourse, with the case becoming a focal point for debates about defamation, free speech, and media bias. Some critics saw Leavitt's actions as an attempt to silence a prominent voice on television, while others praised her for standing up to a media figure they believed had crossed the line. As the legal battle heated up, the big question remained: what would happen next in the case? Would Behar's career survive the storm, or was this the beginning of the end for her time on The View? The legal battle ahead. What happens next?
Live election special. After 18 brutal months, we're finally here tonight, and we'll find out if the first female major party candidate in American history will break that glass ceiling.
The $50 million lawsuit filed against Joy Behar was far from over. As the legal proceedings unfolded, both sides prepared for a lengthy and high-profile court battle. Leavitt's legal team was determined to prove that Behar's comments were not just defamatory, but had caused significant harm to her reputation and career. For Behar, the lawsuit was a personal and professional nightmare, and her future on The View was increasingly uncertain. There were also whispers of additional charges against Behar for her alleged attempt to flee the country, though no official charges had been filed. The airport incident had cast a long shadow over her, and it remained unclear whether the authorities would pursue any further legal action. For ABC, the network had to navigate the delicate balance of standing by one of its most prominent hosts while managing the public fallout from the scandal. Would Behar continue as the face of The View, or would the controversy force her out? As the legal battle continued, the public's reaction became increasingly polarized, with some defending Behar and others calling for accountability. The public's reaction: a nation divided.
I leave, which is February 23rd, because I've been in it. Then we have Susan Lucci.
Nice.
Susan.
Yeah.
Yes. She's back. Yes. Judy Gold, Kathy Moriarty. Do you remember her from...
As the case played out in the media, the American public was left deeply divided. Fans of The View and Behar rallied behind her, framing the lawsuit as part of a larger political and media landscape that sought to silence voices with whom some did not agree. They saw Behar as a victim of a politically motivated attack, driven by conservative forces seeking to retaliate against her outspoken liberal views. On the other hand, critics saw this as long overdue accountability for a media figure they felt had abused used her platform to spread biased and defamatory rhetoric. The lawsuit became a flashpoint in the broader debate about the role of media in modern society, with many asking whether public figures should be held accountable for the words they speak on such influential platforms. The case raised important questions about the line between free speech and defamation, and whether media personalities could continue to make controversial remarks without facing consequences. As the debate raged on, speculation about Behar's future on The View reached a fever pitch. The future of The View: will Joy Behar be replaced?
Before you came out here about how hard it is to make friends when you're older. Do you have that trouble?
No, I've made a lot of good friends. Although tonight I'm having dinner with my 2 friends from first grade.
Wow.
And there's going to be conversation that I couldn't have with anybody else. But you know,
The scandal surrounding Joy Behar's lawsuit and the fallout from her alleged airport arrest has raised serious questions about the future of The View. If ABC decides to cut ties with Behar, who would replace her? Speculation has run rampant, with many wondering whether her departure would mark the end of an era for the show. Behar had long been one of the most prominent voices on daytime television, and her presence on The View was one of the main reasons for the show's success. However, the growing controversy surrounding her legal battles and public perception could force ABC to make a difficult decision. The show's history of hosting controversial figures has often led to higher ratings, but this scandal could be different. Behar's role in the political landscape, coupled with the significant public backlash, could change the show forever. As the future of The View hangs in the balance, the broader implications of the case for the media industry itself are becoming clearer. What this means for the media industry.
Joy.
That's so nice.
Because I have to say, you helped me so much to get here.
I did?
Yes, you did.
How?
Because, I'm going to tell you. Because one of the things, I don't take stuff personally. Like, I don't pay any attention to anybody on social media, because you said the moment you open your mouth, half the world will hate what you say.
The rise of defamation lawsuits in the entertainment world, especially in the context of media figures, highlights a growing trend in the industry. Public figures, from celebrities to news anchors, are increasingly being held accountable for the things they say on air. The case against Joy Behar underscores the fine line between opinion, criticism, and defamation in today's media landscape. It serves as a stark reminder that the media is not immune to the consequences of their words, especially in an era where public figures are more scrutinized than ever before. The lessons learned from Behar's case could have lasting effects on the way media personalities approach political commentary and public discourse. Will they continue to push boundaries, knowing they could face legal repercussions, or will this case signal a shift toward a more cautious and responsible approach to media? Only time will tell, but the outcome of this lawsuit could shape the future of the media industry for years to come.